beautiful Capricorn, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for July 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Capricorn, this is your monthly reading for July. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I transmute an outcome for you. Also, just to let you know, you should be feeling that new moon in Cancer energy. It will be good for the next 2 weeks, so you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. The new moon occurred in Cancer on the 29th of June, and that's all about tuning into your feelings, your intuitions, your gut instincts. It's also a time of healing, processing emotions, and making yourself emotionally secure. You may also feel compelled to give yourself a little bit more compassion and activate more self-love, self-care routines. So it's a very, very important time. Also, you may be healing wounds from the past or ancestral wounding, breaking patterns, but it is a time for acknowledging your ancestors and the path that they've already paved before you. So you will actually have moments where your ancestors leave messages for you or omens, signs. You will definitely feel their presence as you move throughout July. So be mindful of that, okay? Now, I'm going to get all your cards, as I said there. Now, we do have 2 alignments after that new moon. These are very, very different alignments. The first is that loving, joyful connection between Jupiter and Venus. It's all about love, good luck. Venus, of course, being the planet of compassion, care, devotion, love, and Jupiter being the planet of expansion, opportunities, good luck, and really finding success. Jupiter retrogrades at the end of the month, so a little bit of benevolent energy before it turns retrograde at the end of July. Also, we have, of course, Mars and Pluto, so that's going to be an interesting mix. It's very eruptive, angry energy. You may feel a little bit frustrated as we move into the middle of the month, just so you're aware with planetary alignments. Also, this is a month of whatever you focus on, that will be amplified, okay? So if you're being positive, which you've got the Sun card there, so it seems like you are trying to focus on the positive. We've also got the opposite. We've got the Tower right there as well. So if you focus on more of the frustrating energy or the anger, the confusion, the despair, that will also seem amplified with these moon cycles in July. We have a super full moon in your sign, Capricorn, so it is going to be a pretty bumpy ride, okay? Now, this particular full moon, it's a super full moon actually, and it occurs on the 13th or 14th of July, depending on where you are around the world. No matter how zen you found yourself or how much personal growth you've experienced, this time period can really press your buttons. So, you know, it can be a little bit of a frustrating time. Also, it's a time for detoxing, cleansing your body, mind, and soul. And because Capricorn, your energy is involved with that super full moon, you may be focused on your career, okay? It is a time of focusing on the way ahead. And you've, of course, got the Emperor card there as well. So that's about building strategies for success. Now, your 7th house is activated right at the beginning of the month, and that's all about partnerships. So, you know, you may be enjoying yourself, getting out there, having fun, and, you know, connecting to people. It doesn't have to be partnerships in love. It can be partnerships in career or in friendships, that sort of thing, going out, enjoying yourself a little bit more. But it can also be about sorry, they're just giving me an image in the water, and I'm trying to decode it at the same time as doing your reading. Even though your cards haven't come out yet, they're just giving me this energy. Okay, I'll see the image in a moment because it's a little bit distracting. It'll stay there until such time as I've got your cards. But that 7th house is also, it can be connected to competition. So friendly competition, or, you know, battling away to achieve something, finding a middle ground in order to show your prowess. But it is a time of collaborations in particular and cooperation. Now, it can also mean partnership in business. You know, love can also mean your ex makes a bit of a return or reaches out in some way. So watch out for that. Now, your 1st house is activated right at the beginning, sorry, at the middle of the month. And that's from the 13th, 14th of July. And that's your house of self-expression, identity, how you feel about yourself, authentically expressing yourself to get whatever it is you're hoping for. I mean, if you're looking for love, there's definitely an energy of the Lover's card there. There's definitely a partnership, or if you're already in a relationship, you could be deepening that partnership as you move throughout the month. Things could get a little bit serious, okay? So whatever it is you're focusing on. Let's start from the very, very beginning. We've got the Sun card. Now, the Sun card is all about positivity, light, finding your inner truth, but it's also about success. So I feel like you're trying to look at the world in a really positive viewpoint. You know, I feel like you're kind of like, you may have been going through a little bit of difficulty. The 5 of Wands suggests that there's been a bit of like tension or conflict, or you felt there's been some challenges, but it's almost like you're standing strong and smiling no matter what. You're pushing it down. Now remember that new moon in Cancer is actually going to make those things come to the surface. So just watch out for that. You will be processing anything that you've been trying to avoid actually comes up and is amplified in the month of July. But this card is a card of looking forward with optimism, finding joy in the little things in life and shining your light, having confidence, building confidence. There's going to be a lot more energy in the month of July as well for you. This is your protagonist energy, so you're going to feel that vitality of spirit. All will be well in your world. Now, we do have a Tower energy there as well. So it can mean that you avoid some sort of upheaval, or you avoid wallowing in fear or denial. I feel like you are awakening. You're being really honest with yourself, and you're looking at challenges head on, face on. I feel like you're not avoiding anything, especially since the Tower is in that position. The Sun card also indicates things flourishing, whether it's your career or relationships, whatever your focus is on, because the Sun is the light. The Sun is where you put your attention. So those are the things that are going to really flourish and bring a lot of abundance. And I feel like you're going to be very grateful for the way July actually pans out for you. We've also got a 9 of Cups here, so this is a wish fulfillment energy. Now, the image that they were showing me in the water is I want to say they're astronomical rings. You know, there's like 3 rings there, and they're all intertwined. Astronomical rings. I feel like they represent like the meridian, equator, and declination point. Now, that could be like, it could be like an ecliptical ring type thing, or it can mean, it seems like the what I'm seeing in the water is like orb. It's like an orb. So 3 rings there all together, astronomical rings. I feel like that's it's like a signifier for you in the month of July, where there's some really good luck headed your way. It's not something you see every day, okay? So whether you're taking a walk through a park and they've got like those astronomical rings in a park as some sort of image of a sundial or something like that, or I mean, it could be that you've just bought astronomical rings that actually turn into a ring, but they can be an orb. It could be a gift. It could also mean that you are, I mean, it could be that you're traveling, perhaps you're going across the equator in some way, or changing you're traveling in some way. So please take it as it resonates. It can also be like a symbol that you find on a business card, or if you're going for a job interview or something like that, there may be the logo of the company that you're interviewing for. It's a signifier. So whenever you see astronomical rings, if you don't know what they are, please look them up online. You know, they're very decorative and beautiful, but it can also mean symbolically, it can mean that you're trying to work something out. You have a bit of a conundrum and you're trying to find find a solution to something. So I feel like the answer is within you. And when you see this image in the next 4 to 5 weeks, it's a symbol of answers await you. They're actually showing me that you know that something greater awaits you on the other side. There's something really positive headed your way. Okay. Anyway, we'll move on from that image. That's just the image that's been showed to me. We've got the Tower energy. This is in the resistance position. So we've got it like it showed up in reverse. Okay. So this is a card of like, you know, it's a card of reluctance or avoidance, but something you cannot avoid here, whether it's major change, radical change. There is some sort of shift going on for you in the month of July that is unavoidable, okay? And I feel like it brings a chance for you to rebuild something. It's actually a positive upheaval. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but it's like an awakening. It could even be a rude awakening, for example, that feels really uncomfortable, but actually it brings you into balance, and it brings you like something that you've been yearning for. 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment, something you've been waiting for. You've got the Hangman there, and the 2 of Swords is like you're trying to work something out. The Tower only shows up because we feel like we're in analysis paralysis, or we're in like a prison scenario where we feel that we are helpless to change our circumstances. The Devil card is before this in the Major Arcana. So it's like you've hit a brick wall in some area of your life, and you're trying to be positive about it and sort of find a solution. I also feel like you are successfully overcoming an issue and sort of rebuilding bigger and better. I also feel like you're strategizing and moving towards success. You're planning something that leads to you being in a really good position, a very dominant position. Now I'm going to pull a card on this Tower energy. Tower energies can be shocking. I'm not going to lie to you. It can be shocking. It could be world events. There's something shocking there. Or it could also be something in your personal realm that is taken away in order to replace it with something greater. But at the time, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable that something is shifting because the Tower tends to be a surprise. And if you feel like you're not in control of something, it can make you feel a little bit like nervous. So I feel like actually with the third eye there, your third eye is open. Intuitively, I feel like you are ready for this. You were aware of this. You felt like this was coming. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card on that Tower energy just to see what it is for you in particular. It can also mean that you're releasing fear. You are trying to be really positive and release the negative energy in order to move forward and take action on something. Because the Sun is a card of action. It's a card of seeing the light. It's a card of movement and energy. And when you've got the Tower there, it can mean that you're shifting perspective. It could just be simply like a different, a different way of thinking, or a point of epiphany, or even responding differently to challenging circumstances. So I feel like your intuition is bang on point, but it can be sudden. So let's see what that is. It's a positive transformation. It's almost like you walk into something with your eyes wide open. I mean, look, you got the King of Swords here. Think before you act. So if you're signing contracts, for example, make sure you look at the small print to, make sure there's nothing hidden there that could come back and be something that would be challenging in the future. King of Swords can also be a card of analyzing something, trying to work something out. And suddenly you have a eureka moment where you're like, it all makes sense now. Everything is very clear, because the Sun card is a moment of clarity. Amongst the Tower, this is you suddenly realizing where you need to be, where you need to go, who you want to be with. So I feel like it's, even though it may feel a little bit like a sudden realization or a revelation in some way, it's a really positive outcome, okay? Now, the King of Swords also is a card of truth. So it can mean suddenly something intuitively you knew was the truth is sort of like comes to light suddenly, and you're like, I knew this would happen. So I would say also don't rush into anything, because the King of Swords is someone who thinks before they act. I also feel that you could negotiate better deals in the month of July in particular, if you're focusing on business. But I feel like don't avoid your responsibilities is what I'm getting with this Tower energy next to the Sun and the Emperor energy. I feel like you're going to weigh up your options, but don't yeah, don't avoid any responsibilities, especially since your 7th house of partnerships are connected and your house of self-identity. So those 2 houses can influence you to sort of like focus on partnerships, love, that sort of thing when you've got to take care of business. So just be mindful of that. If you've got big bills to pay, make sure you pay them on time. You don't want anything coming back to sort of bite you on the you-know-what. If you've got like administrative tasks to focus on, I would also focus on them as well. I know that sounds really boring and dull, my beautiful Capricorn, but I feel like it's important because you don't want it to sort of fester away and then you're like, you missed a deadline or something like that. King of Swords, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, 7 of Chalices. So they're indicating something that you may have felt you lost out on, that you were worried about, maybe financial worry there. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse is actually a positive sign of something that you felt like you lost is now returning to you, okay? It can be a new job, for example, or it could be an old job, doesn't have to be a new one, but it can mean even that your hope or your positive energy is returning after a period of struggling. So it can mean that that Tower energy is now phased out for you. So if, for example, you've gone through a very difficult time, perhaps you lost your job or were made redundant, there is an opportunity for a new job to come in here. There is a recovery of your situation. If you've just been, if you've got a job that you enjoy, I feel like this could be you finding a way to build and strategize and expand your horizons. Some of you are actually going to step into a leadership position after many, many years fighting to rise up within the ranks. So I feel like the 7 of Cups is a card of options. The 7 of Cups is like a card of using your imagination, unleashing your creative abilities, and sort of really allowing yourself to dream big. I really feel with this is a card of you being flexible and open as well, because if you're too rigid, when changes come along, it can sort of knock you off your center. But I feel like they're saying be in balance, okay? Be in balance, be flexible. Now, the outcome energy, we have the Judgment card and the Emperor. Now, the Judgment card is all about your soul path, where you feel like you belong. Also, the Judgment card is a card of weighing up your options, knowing that you're on the right path, your soul path. It's about your true prosperity, your true calling. You may have a calling to make some changes in your life, but you may feel you have to wait for the right moment to make those things happen. The Judgment card is really about your purpose, okay? Making a final decision, having clarity. I would say that this is like a huge wake-up call for you in a really positive sense, where suddenly you're in command, you're in control, and you're in leadership mode. The Judgment is like you have so many opportunities available to you. You have so many ideas, so many options. I feel like this is about you choosing which one suits you, the person you are in this moment. I feel like you are elevating, but also I feel like you're maturing. You're having like an awakening, an epiphany moment where suddenly everything starts to make sense, where before it may not have made sense to you, okay? The Judgment also is a card of you and your divine purpose. It can be a card of second chances, getting a second wind, for example. If you felt low energy or low motivation recently, I feel like you're getting a boost of energy and second winds to actually focus on your career goals. Also, if you felt like you lost out an opportunity, I feel like something better comes back around. There's something really good energy here for you. Now, you may also be thinking back to a time where you enjoyed yourself a little bit more in life, and you may revisit those places, whether you're going down a trip down memory lane, or whether you're actually deciding to pick up a hobby that you used to do, that you used to really enjoy, but you haven't done it for a while, or even if you're returning to a job sector or to some sort of career that you used to enjoy, but it just, you either left it to bring up a family, or you left it in order to pursue other opportunities. I feel like you could be called back to that arena because it's something that you enjoy and you feel secure doing. You're not taking a step back, you're revisiting in order to capitalize on it, because we've got the Judgment with the Emperor energy. The Emperor is all about success, leadership, being in the hot seat. And I feel that's where you're at right now, my beautiful Capricorn. Now, interesting, they showed me the astronomical rings, and now they're showing me like a sundial. And the sundial has like a compass in it as well. So perhaps you are trying to find your path, or you've been asking big questions about your path recently and you're trying to find your way, your true north. I mean, that could really connect to your first house of self-identity, how you feel about who you are, making your mark on the world and your self-expression. So perhaps that's what that's all about. Or it can mean that you bought a sundial or something for the garden if you're lucky enough to have one. So yeah, please take that as it resonates. I feel like it's a directional gauge for you. Maybe some of you are going to return home to a place that you used to live for, or where you grew up, but it's not where you've been living for a while, because it can mean there's a lot of energy like you're embarking on a journey. So please take that as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. I mean, you could be literally just taking a trip home to revisit people, and then you're off on your way on your travels again. The Emperor energy is all about success, but success with a plan. So I feel this is about you stepping into your power, bossing up in some way. Some of you are going to want to be an entrepreneur, or you are an entrepreneur, and you're making some really good decisions with regards to your career. You're being positive about the next step ahead, but you're making sure that you're aligning yourself with your true prosperity, okay, with your calling. Because I feel like there is a calling here for you. You're having an awakening and you're maturing and you're on your soul path. Also, the Emperor, I feel like you're keeping your eye on the prize. You're being really positive, doing things like affirmations, manifestations. You're using, I feel like, inspired action to make your dreams come true. Even though there may be a little bit worry there, a little bit nervousness, I feel like you've got your game face on. That's what I feel. So even if you, for example, you're retired and you are not connected to career, it can mean that you are sort of like doing hobbies that you really enjoy, but you're thinking about like where you really belong, where you fit in, finding your soul tribe. And you may be like being very discerning about the money that you use in your retirement, whilst at the same time enjoying yourself and finding people that resonate with you. Some of you may pick up an old hobby as well that you used to do, and it brings you joy once again. But the Emperor basically is all about success, strategy, and guidance. Some of you may actually look for a financial advisor, because we've got the Six of Pentacles here about balancing out your money. So some of you may be called to seek financial advice, or look for patterns online of how to secure your money, keep your money safe, or use it in a way that benefits you long term. Now, the first card we got here is the Hangman. The Hangman is all about pause, thinking about your next move, taking a step forward, but waiting until you make a decision on it. And we've got the Two of Swords here as well. Two of Swords is a stalemate energy. It's like uncertainty, considering your options. And when I sort of like pulled a card on that Tower energy, we got the King of Swords. Think before you act. So your guides are giving you this message to pause, to think. We don't always have to rush in. Okay, we can take some time to step back and reevaluate circumstances before we make a decision. Reflect on things in order to see the right way. The Hangman is all about, it's not just about pause, it's about surrender. Okay, now surrender doesn't mean give up. It means that life doesn't happen on our timetable. So it also means be careful not to be attached to outcomes. You're on the right track, but when you are faced with an opportunity that looks like it would be a good opportunity, but it's not something that you imagined it would be, you could easily dismiss it. So don't dismiss any opportunities that come your way. Investigate them first before you really dismiss them and say, it's not for me. The Hangman also is a card of the sacrifice. The sacrifice that you give for your career, for your friendships, for your day-to-day energy. It's about you looking at how you interact with circumstances and whether you are getting a reciprocal return out of it. So for example, with your work, you may be you're very good at what you do, you're very talented, and you should be fairly recompensed financially for the privilege of working with your skills. Okay, they're employing your skills, so they should pay for your skills. Similarly, if you are in a relationship, both parties, you take it in turns to lead and be led, and then be together leading and together. And, it's ebb and flow. It's all about finding the balance, the sweet spot. Now, the Hangman actually puts him or herself on the tree of life in order to gain a new perspective. So this can be a card of transcendence. You're making some changes, but you may want to gain insight. So you may be calling a halt to action and sort of like being in that gestation period where you're trying to work something out before you accept it or before you decide to initiate something. I also feel like you're ending old ways of doing things, especially that super full moon in your sign. That's all about detoxing or cleansing. So if you've been overindulging in certain areas of your life, food-wise or alcohol-wise, that sort of thing, you may be implementing better diets or exercise routines, and also like cleansing yourself, body, mind, and soul. You may also feel compelled to go on like a spa if you're lucky enough to be able to afford spa days, or maybe even a sanctuary or a health trip somewhere. I just keep getting this energy of like going on a vacation that is healthy. That's what I keep getting here. Now, of course, whenever we go on vacations, we don't always have to be healthy, but I feel like the intention is there for you to get into a healthy state of mind. Okay, now we got the Two of Swords. That's what's crossing you. Something has come to a halt. Something is at a standstill, and you may be searching for answers on which path to take. The Two of Swords is a card of preparation as well, meditating on something before you make a decision. And you may be trying to remain flexible or find balance or adapting your plans in order to figure something else in. The Two of Swords is a card of, can be a card of uncertainty. Taking a pause when you're uncertain in order to find the answers within you, to try and find a peaceful state of mind. So that's why I keep getting this energy of like either going on a vacation that actually makes you, like a healing vacation, something that's joyful, gives you peace of mind. Because we've also got that wolf there. Wolves are pathfinders, and this month in particular is very big on finding your path, finding your true north. So that may be something you're taking a pause to wonder what next, to really sort of like weigh up your options and make the right decision for you. I'm going to pull a card on that Two of Swords to see. That's the thing that's crossing you. You may feel like you've got opportunities ahead of you, but you don't know which one to choose. You're looking for signs. I would say the astronomical rings are definitely an image to look out for. It could also be like a sundial or a compass. I mean, somebody may even give you a gift of a compass or a gift of those astronomical rings or something like that. And that may be the person who helps you with making a decision. They may give advice, but ultimately it is your decision. Now, I'm clarifying that Two of Swords. You've got a Four of Cups over here, and we got a Four of Cups here. So you don't want to miss out on something, but something just doesn't feel right. Something feels like you're expecting something, or you were expecting something, and it's led to disappointment. You may even felt a little bit discouraged, but I feel it's only giving you a temporary pause. Some of you may be having a bit of a conundrum about settling down, maybe buying a home space or over renting, for example, or you may think about being a freelancer as opposed to settling down in a job that has a contract where you do like 9 to 5, because I feel like there's this energy between freedom and independence and domesticity. I mean, some of you may be wondering whether you want to partner up in business or whether you want to go solo and be your own boss. Some of you may also want to you may find someone that you really care about, and you're thinking about whether you want to be in a relationship with this person or whether you want to enjoy your freedom a little bit more before you really commit to this. So I feel like there is a waiting period here for you. The Moon card tends to be also fear, especially when things feel like they're in pause mode or hangman mode. You feel like you're in limbo. And Capricorn, you're always the sign that sort of needs to move forward. So don't rush this, whatever this is. Take the time to really process things. And, this Moon energy will make you feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. So you'll definitely be in your feels. Could also bring things to the surface like frustrations, confusions, and like fear. So just watch out for that. The Four of Cups means if there was a missed opportunity, there will be something else brought towards you. Also, the Four of Cups can mean that there is an omen. What you're expecting, your expectations will be met, but you may have felt like either you missed out an opportunity or you feel a little bit bored in the humdrum of life right now and you feel like nothing's going on. You're hoping for change. Okay, the Four of Cups can be like you're feeling a little bit fed up of the current circumstances, but the universe pops in with a surprise gift of something that is more emotionally fulfilling in a very saturated world. Okay, I mean, I get this energy of news coming your way, but there's something like first refusal. I get this energy of first refusal. So either you're going to be offered something and you're given first refusal at it, or I feel like you're turning something down that comes back around. Because I feel like there's something here that's meant for you, but at first you may not feel like it is. And when you investigate things a little bit deeper, you realize actually this is exactly what works for you in your situation. I mean, those two cards on their own, in uncertain times, the universe will give you a surprise opportunity to be more fulfilled in life, to be in alignment with your goals, your dreams, to bring abundant opportunities that you're not even aware of yet. The Moon card is a card of opportunities lying in the shadows, suddenly popping out at the right moment. The universe is conspiring behind the scenes to bring you something that really responds to your desires, okay? Opportunities can come in many variety of forms, but I feel there's something here where you look at something first and you're like, it's not really what I'm hoping for. But when you investigate it a little bit deeper and really look at it and sort of process it, I feel like it's actually something that you've been truly waiting for, okay? It just may not look like how you imagined it to be. So yeah, I feel like there's some wonderful opportunities headed your way, ones that you will grab with both hands. Now, what is below you? Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of being in training for something, okay? You're getting bigger and better at what you do. In terms of your workspace, it can mean that you are initiating your passion in order to achieve something. You're creatively brainstorming, having wonderful new ideas, and your ideas may be very, very different from other people. But Capricorn, that is your strength. That is your superpower. You're not like everybody else. And that's what's so unique and makes you stand out from the crowd. That's what makes you very, very successful. So I feel like honor your differences. Honor the fact that, yes, you have sort of ideas that come out of left field. They've come out of left field for a reason. They've come out of left field to make you stand out. So honor all ideas that come towards you. The Five of Wands can also be a card of battling away to win something, or to, you're trying really hard in life to be successful, and you may have felt there's been a lot of challenges that have been before you, and you felt, like your dreams are just unobtainable or just out of reach. You always seem to be battling, and you may have taken a pause to really wonder, is this the right path? Is this really for me? The Ace of Wands is in the past position, so maybe this is something that you had first refusal over. You said no. There's an opportunity there. I feel like suddenly there is an enterprising spirit about you, a spark of vision. I feel like you're like, what do you call that person? A maverick, someone who's a visionary. You can see something greater, something better. So I feel like you're holding out for something else. The Five of Wands also is a card of tension, and there could be good tension and bad tension, of course. As long as you are your wonderful, authentic self, there is good tension. I feel like this is a card of stretching your imagination, allowing yourself to play, allowing yourself to imagine all eventualities, because you are in a very powerful manifestation mode where you can make your dreams come true. This is the powerful potential position. You've got the Nine of Cups. So basically this says, all the challenges that you've met, you're working really hard to make your dreams come true. It will happen for you. You will accomplish great things. So it's all about it's almost like riding the wave of life and meeting challenges head on in order to accomplish whatever it is you're set out to do. Now we got the Ace of Wands, which is in a resistance position. It's in the past position. So there could have been a false start on something, or you rejected something, or perhaps you felt like an opportunity went to somebody else. You may have also felt like, just to let you know, that's coming back around. Something better is coming back around for you. The Ace of Wands also can mean that suddenly you've got creative energy. You're going to take the initiative where you've been hanging back on something. I feel like you've put a lot of energy into so many things, and you've just taken a step back to rejuvenate your energy. That's perfect. But the universe is actually going to come on in to show you that You don't always have to be on. You don't always have to be in doing mode. Sometimes you can take a step back, give yourself a breath of fresh air, and watch the universe conspire to bring those things towards you. That's what that Hangman energy is about. To trust the universe, surrender that the universe has your back. It's about knowing that the universe is actually bringing other opportunities to you to sort of like, it's almost like, I almost like feel like it's like a waiter in a restaurant or a waitress in a restaurant, and you've got like a tray of stuff, and it's almost like the universe is coming on in to you in July with a whole tray of things that you can just go, yeah, that looks interesting. That's really different. I'll have that one, please. And that one. Oh, I never imagined I'd be picking something really different. I feel like you're doing something really different or picking another route. And you could have had anything, because I feel like there's a lot of opportunities headed your way, and you get to choose. Now, in the water, as I'm scrying, they're giving me these words. And it's on like a black billboard type thing. So maybe this is something you're going to see. Walk on the wild side. Oh my gosh, they're even giving me the song. I love it. It's corresponding nicely, actually. They're showing me an image of this. It's almost like a blackboard or something, or some billboard. And it's got white writing on it. So either that's something you're going to see in the next couple of weeks. Walk on the wild side. But they're also giving me that song. I said, hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. Okay, very famous song, of course. And as usual, I cannot think of who sings it, but it's a very, very, very famous person. I want to say, I'm probably going to get this wrong. I want to say Springsteen, but it's probably wrong. So I'm going to look it up. Anyway, but they're corresponding. One says, take a walk on the wild side, but the billboard thing that they're showing me says, walk on the wild side. So maybe that's what you're doing. You're doing something really radically different. But before you make this big decision, you're taking a pause to make sure it's something you want to do. The Ace of Wands is a new project headed your way. So either you've just been offered something, or something is about to come in your immediate energy. It's an opportunity to create something that you've had an urge to create for a long time. It can be a new project, new job coming on in, something more creative. It's a transformational energy that actually sees you take the initiative in order to go on a new adventure. So maybe that's what those compasses and things were about, astronomical rings and things were about adventure. You're bringing more excitement and adventure into your day-to-day. Now, your potential position, 9 of Cups. Something you've been wishing for, an achievement of desire, a completion of a goal, something that you've been wanting for a long time, something that you've been waiting for, in fact, for a long time. And you may have felt like it's not showing up for you, but this card reminds you that it is. This is a card also of being proud of your talents, your skills. You're doing a really good job, okay? This is a time of well-being, of pleasure, enjoying yourself, fulfilling yourself in more ways than just work. So I feel this is also, the good life. Building a good life for yourself, feeling content, true abundance, material gain, wishes coming true, good health, healthcare routines, things like that. It's a regenerative energy, because they're showing me the lizard there. Lizards, they often regenerate their tails and things like that. So I feel like you're reviving your spirits and life feels good again. That's what I feel. Life feels good again after a period of challenge. Things are going in your favor. Now, in the near future, we got the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is an unexpected surprise from the universe. So as I said, the universe is coming on in, either good news or an opportunity is headed your way that brings more finances towards you. I feel also that you get an opportunity to balance out your money, okay? Your generosity is breeding good karma. That's what they're giving me. Your generosity is coming back around towards you. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is also a card of balance, receiving help. So there could be someone from your past who comes like a friend or an ex-boss or something like that, who offers you either advice or offers you an opportunity. I feel something coming back around towards you. They're indicating the year of the tiger is your year. Now, this is the year of the tiger. So, I mean, there's actually a tiger in this card as well. The year of the tiger is your year. So you're really powering up. Let me just pull a card on that 6 of Pentacles for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Thank you so much. the Tower. There is a radical change. The Six of Pentacles is, I feel something you are changing. The Judgment card in the reverse. Now, some of the changes, it can be a change in your confidence, or something you've been had a blockage on, or you felt rejected on, because you got the Judgment card here in the reverse position, but in your outcome it's in the upright. So they're telling me here that basically there's a change, a radical change in your circumstances, and if something was denied to you, everything is like shedding away that no longer is working for you, and all that is left is everything that's going to be very, very positive. The universe is like, I get an energy of protection. Even in uncertain times, I feel like you're protecting your position. You are strategizing. You may be protecting your finances, making sure it's all in balance. You may be restructuring bills or savings, putting them in situations or establishments that you feel safe. Guard your money. They're giving me a word in the water as well right now. Stronghold. Stronghold. Now, stronghold. Having a grip on something that's strong, or showing your power or your courage or your strength in something. I'm going to have to look exactly what the word stronghold means, because I feel like it means stability, stronghold. I feel like it means protected energy. You know, like in medieval times, they'd have like a stronghold where it was a place that was safe. So I feel like it's like, some of you may be, literally buying a safe, for example, or stronghold could be the name of a company that you go for an interview with, or it could be the name that you see on the side of a bus or something that goes past that resonates with your situation. It's a sign, it's a signifier. I mean, your surname could be stronghold, so please take it as it resonates. But there's an energy here, the Tower. Something may have knocked you off your path, or there was something that was rejected, or an opportunity that didn't go your way, or you rejected it. There's a false start here, and it may have knocked your confidence a little bit, or made you feel blocked or stagnant. It could have even been world events. It could have been, like an industry that you work in has been so decimated by the pandemic that it's only starting to come back to life, and things are starting to flourish again. So it can mean that, it's outside your immediate circumstances. Now, I feel also that you could be, for example, protecting yourself should there be some sort of economic downturn or something like that. Tower energy tends to, when it comes to world events, it tends to mean some sort of shocking event or something that we have no control over. But it does bring a positive shift on the other side. Okay. Now, your advice to yourself in this moment is Queen of Swords. Be clear on what you want. Create a plan, negotiate a better deal, have clarity of purpose. This is a card of being really self-sufficient. So some of you are going to be perhaps, you could be finding a second stream of income, a side hustle, because we got we got the Lovers card and we got the Two of Swords. But it can also be that you are partnering up in business, or you were in a partnership and you're deciding to become an entrepreneur, set up on your own. This is a card of putting yourself in a really good position with your knowledge. You're very, very smart, my beautiful Capricorn. So I feel like you're strategizing. This is a card of strategy. It's also a card of building healthy boundaries, making sure that no one takes advantage of you, or putting yourself in a position where people don't take advantage of your generosity if they had in the past. Also, if you've been in relationships in the past and you're looking for new love, I feel like you're building healthier boundaries so that relationships in the future sort of like know where your boundaries lie, so they're healthy, so that you build a solid foundation and that you're not over giving. Because I feel with the Six of Pentacles, you tend to be an over-giver in situations. You're always making sure the other person is okay, is, their needs are met. Remember your own needs, okay? Remember that. Now, the Queen of Swords also is a card of honesty, openness. When I was shuffling and we got the King of Swords out there, we've got a Queen of Swords here as well. So it can mean that there is a partnership, either you and another person in love or in business, that has been quite blocked or defensive about feelings, trying to be logical about something and holding back feelings. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on this Queen of Swords for you, because the Queen of Swords can be like cold. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Can you please guide? We got the Strength card. You're putting yourself in a really strong position. I mean, they literally said stronghold again. And when I look at that, that person is holding the lion's mouth. So I guess there's a strong hold there. But the Strength card is you being, you exhibiting a very strong exterior. If you're looking for love, you could come across as being super independent and not needing anybody. And of course, you don't need anybody, but if you want somebody, drop the guard, or break down your walls, my beautiful Capricorn, because there is someone coming on in here that wants to love you. So let them. Of course, if you want them back and you love them back, don't just let any old body in. Also, I feel like you're the sort of person, my beautiful Capricorn, you've gone through difficult circumstances and you are very, very independent. You live life on your own terms. You don't people please, and you have a yearning for independence all the time. So I feel like you have got in a pattern of relying on yourself. Remember, especially when you got the Lover's card, you don't always have to do everything all by yourself. There are people who care about you, love you, and if you just reach out to them, they will always want to help you if you ever need anything. So always speak up, communicate. It's important. You don't have to do this all by yourself. But I feel like you're strong enough to do it, if that makes sense. Now, the external circumstances, Two of Wands. So whatever this blockage is, it seems to be outside yourself. The Two of Wands is again another waiting card, but it can also be about planning travel. It can be an appetite. Your appetite is returning your passion is returning for ambition or to make a new move. This is a card of planning stages. It's a card of waiting for results. Now those results may be the decisions that you make, the answers that you seek. It can also be that you're waiting, for example, for a certificate if you just finished college, or you're learning new skills and you just need some sort of proof that you've passed a course before you take a new position. It could also be that you put your resume out there and you're looking for new opportunities and you're just waiting for someone to get back to you regarding a project or something like that. So I feel like this is a card, it can be a card of restlessness, but it is a card of creative planning for the future. So I do feel like you're looking at where you're at right now, how far you've come, where you want to go, and what's the next step. This card is a card of enlightenment, aligning yourself with the universe, but also aligning yourself with your goals, and the universe will bring you what you need. This is a card that reminds you you are making progress. Even though sometimes you may feel like you're standing still, you're still in the mix, you're moving forward. And this is a card of like planning for the future and trusting in the unknown. Sometimes, I mean, take a walk on the wild side, they said earlier. I mean, that is like exactly what you're doing. You're trusting in the unknown and you're taking the first step into the unknown. And that's where your success will lie, okay? Now that's your external circumstances. So there may be, you may find that there's some sort of travel delays in the month of July as well, because the Two of Wands can, any travel plans you have, there can be delays there. So watch out for that. Always keep an eye on whatever travel plans you have, because especially the time frame that we're living in at the moment, there's a lot of chaos out there with regards to travel. But because you got a Two of Wands there, it could be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're traveling at around about the middle of July, because we do have that very bumpy energy with that eruptive planet Pluto, okay? So as I said, it pushes buttons. Now, the hope and the fear, the Four of Cups. You're hoping for a new opportunity because you may feel like you've either lost direction or you felt like you lost out on an opportunity. There is a surprise one headed your way. Okay, the Four of Cups, as I said, things are just not fulfilling, or you feel like something's missing. Your expectations have not been met and you feel disappointed in some way. But the universe will provide. There is a surprise opportunity. At every turn, they're showing me that there is a surprise coming from the universe, an opportunity popping out of the blue, whether it is like new love, if that's what you're focused on, or whether it is a new business opportunity. Or maybe it's just feeling more fulfillment and joy in life because you feel a little bit empty. Even though, you may be really grateful for all that you have right now, you may feel like things are not the way they used to be. And you may have that yearning for the good old days, but you may feel a little bit empty and you just don't know why. That's all going to change in the month of July, where you feel things start coming together. And I do feel like Your needs are going to be met, and you see a new outlook on the whole situation. Your perspective is everything, and I feel like your heart will be fulfilled once more, okay? I also feel like you're taking things into your own hands. You're making changes, you're initiating radical changes in your world that shakes things up a little bit and makes you feel a little bit more fulfilled. Also, the Four of Cups, you may feel a little bit more introspective than usual, dreaming about opportunities, but then actually in the lull, where no action is happening, you'll start to see the universe reach out to offer you something that you're just going to grab with both hands. And I feel like it's really good news headed your way. I feel like you're going to be in the flow. And I feel like your desires are actually going to show up in many, many forms. Have faith. Okay, have faith in this. Trust the universe. Now, the fear here, of course, is that you feel bored or unfulfilled, and you feel like this apathy, like you've lost feeling or passion. It's going to return. Okay, it's a temporary state. They just want you to be aware. Now, the outcome position, we got the Lovers. Now, at grassroots, the Lovers is a card of attracting what you're trying to achieve. Like attracts like. You raise your frequency, you attract the thing that you're focusing on. So if you're looking for love, for example, this is also you being in a prime position to meet the love of your life, a person of your dreams. I feel like I feel like there's someone you've already met, or you've got your eye on somebody. There's a connection between you and somebody. I feel chemistry. Now, this could be that there was some sort of separation or waiting period where you may feel there's a bit of distance between you, but you come back together. I feel like there was a return here. Some sort of passion will be reignited. Now, it could also be, because we got the Judgment card, which is the card of second chances, it can also mean a divine counterpart returns into your energy and reaches out. So watch out for that. I mean, I feel like you're fed up of this person's pattern though, and I feel like you're looking for something new. That's what I'm getting there. Now, if you're in a love connection already, I feel like you're deepening your connection. Of course, there have been difficult moments. All relationships have ups and downs, and you may have gone through a very sort of like challenging time, but I feel like both of you, you're not giving up on your relationship. There's a lot of love there, and I feel like you work through, you iron out the creases, as it were. Now, the Lovers card is also a card of choice. So I feel like you have a lot of options available to you in the month of July that bring your heart into alignment. You're going to be very, very creative. You're going to use your talents to align you with opportunities. I feel like you're bonding with really good people. Some of you may set up businesses with another person, someone you trust. Some of you may actually decide to continue that, but also set up a business on the sideline for yourself, like have a side hustle. But everything that you are working for comes together. As you can see, we've got all of those worker bees. So I feel like this is about you coming into harmony, enjoying life once more. And, I feel like you're having a healthy balance between, this energy of oneness. Everything's coming together in unity. You're making like decisions that are personal decisions that are like in alignment with your motives and your values. And although this is a card of contemplating which path to take, I feel like you're not giving up on a dream or a goal. You're not giving up on following your heart as well. The Nine of Wands is a card of defending your position. It can also be a card of like protecting yourself or protecting your finances, protecting those around you. Also, making sure you adhere to your responsibilities. It's a card sometimes of uncertainty. Reevaluate your circumstances before you make a big decision. So before you make the big step, caution. Stop, look around, and question the situation. It's really good for you to do that because it makes sure that you really want this before you actually activate it. The Nine of Wands also is a card of the wounded warrior, okay? So it can mean that you feel a little bit sorry for yourself, but you're not the sort of person to wallow in that energy. You may dust yourself off if you feel like there's been an opportunity that went to someone else. You get back on the horse and you defend your position. I feel like you're not giving up on a goal or a dream. You're really strong, stronger than you think. Also, if you've been going through a test, I feel like you do pass it with flying colors. Keep your boundaries healthy, I would say. Persist. Do not give up on something, but I would say take it slow. You don't want to rush this because you may miss something. Now I'm going to pull a quick card on that Nine of Wands and that Lovers card. If you're looking for love, I mean, as I said, you could be very, very guarded. So drop your guard. Yes, create a healthy boundary, but let the right love in. Not everybody's going to treat you the same way as a previous experience if it was negative, just so you're aware. I feel like you're trying to be less defensive in love as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We've got the Chariot in reverse. So I'm just seeing if they can give me any more energy. We've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So they're indicating don't worry about the delay. Don't worry about the direction. You're headed in the right direction. The Chariot card in the reverse can be a card of maybe giving up or losing direction, feeling like you're stuck in a rut in some way, or that you haven't got to the success that you've been hoping for. But everything happens in divine timing. The Five of Swords in the reverse is peace of mind returns to you, okay? It can also be a card of if you've been battling away, it has been a fair fight and you will get your just desserts. You will get what you've been hoping for. The Nine of Swords in reverse is also getting better sleep in the month of July. Also recovering from a difficult circumstance. It is, I feel like whatever extreme circumstance you've been going through that's caused a lot of drama or tension, I feel like you will find peace of mind. And you can't buy peace of mind. That's one of the most important things. I'm just going to go again. Three of Cups. Celebration. Three of Cups is a card of circle of support. You don't have to do this all by yourself. People care about you. Also, this is a card of community. People coming together, sharing their skills, sharing their ideas. I also feel this is a card of just going out and enjoying yourself, having fun, because I feel like you've been working really hard for the last couple of months trying to, you know, put yourself in a really good position. I feel like it's about finding that healthy balance between work and play, okay? But some really good news headed your way. This card is a card of really good news. It's also a card of like enjoying friendship, working towards a common goal, being part of something larger than yourself, feeling like you're in the mix and delighting in the moment, okay? It's also a card of recognizing that we must all accept ourselves in shadow and light, that there are so many facets to our personality that we should love all of that part of ourselves. Don't shy away from your darkness. Don't shy away from, for example, if you've got self-doubt or shyness, and you know, or blockages in some area like that, don't shy away from it. Really look at it, sit with it, ask yourself why. Look at the root. Why is it you're shy? What happened to you when you were younger that made you feel like you were not enough? Really identify those things, because once you identify those things with the Sun card, that awakening, then you can allow the Tower to happen where you crumble. You crumble the things away, the things that are no longer necessary, the things that kept you stuck, the things that kept you in prison in your own mind, and they free yourself up so that you can empower yourself. So I feel like this is a very important month for you in terms of an awakening as well. But some really great news, a celebration headed your way, peace of mind and enjoyment, okay? So positive month. I'm just going to, sorry about that, my beautiful Capricorn. The camera absolutely just shut off on me. I don't know how. The battery is still completely full. The first card there that shut off was Fox Clever. And I'm just going to go and get another one because they asked me to. One moment, please. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Okay, so they really drew me to the card, the lizard on the card, and you got lizard regeneration again as well. So, you know, they really made me focus on that in that particular card for you. So they're just showing me your skill to be very flexible and survive even the most difficult circumstances, okay? Survive and thrive is the energy that they're giving me. So the first card you got there was Fox and Clever. And it says, you are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. Be open to romance. I mean, that is literally your reading in a nutshell, okay? Also, we got those wonderful little foxes, like loving each other up there. So I do feel like there is romance available to you, whether you're in a relationship or not. There is definitely a spark occurring. But I feel like you're putting yourself, you're very clever, you're putting yourself in a really good position in terms of your business as well. Foxes, they tend to operate under difficult circumstances and they manage to thrive. And also we've got lizard regeneration. So what has been cut off or what has been lost in some way is rejuvenated. It is found. It comes back. That's what I'm getting in your general reading. It says, as a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens to you, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Powerful words right there. You are a master of regeneration. So I'm loving that for you, okay? So I'm just going to go and get the ruin before we close. Okay. Ooh, I'm loving this. Now, they were showing me the Wheel of Fortune card in the water, okay? But I just wanted to make sure, so I had a look at the ruin rather than feel the energy. And that is the wheel. This ruin connects to the wheel, and this is about your journey. It's about meaning, finding meaning, but it's also about finding your center and taking the right action, about being in control. Wheel of Fortune, your destiny becomes clear to you as well. Some really good luck headed your way, but this is about taking a journey. So either you are physically moving or you're on a spiritual journey there. I feel like you're finding your true north. And it's really positive energy. They actually want me to put this on the sun card for you, okay? So the sun card represents success, warmth, light, awakening, joy, positivity, and optimism, well-being. So very positive month for you ahead. Of course, there's a tower moment, so you will be able to adapt to whatever major change this is. You've put yourself in a really secure position, and your dreams are still coming true. So don't give up on those. Okay, thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn. I hope something resonates here for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that leaves you. It lets you know when I update my next message. It also lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is actually very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Capricorn. Love and light.